Hello everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the Tradersy YouTube, and I have my audio up again. I hate it when I do that. Okay. Anyway, um, so I wanted to go ahead and brush up on what NAK is doing this morning. While I was offline, it moved all the way up to 96. So it ended day at a 190 range. So right here, it dipped all the way down to 183, went up to 195. Dipped again to 185, went up to 196, and now it's just kind of, for now, consolidating a little bit right there, but not on the 5 minute, just on the 1 minute. But we're going to keep an eye on this. I don't know if he posted the news this morning. Let's go NAK. Right, Vix? Yes. Let's go NAK. We're excited by this. Okay, so there was some news this morning um, that I was looking at. Okay, so OpenAI, there was some news about OpenAI. Okay, so it just says that last week they sent shares of e-commerce companies to Shopify and Etsy. And then there was another thing. So what I've been mentioning with AMD, that's what this article that I just pulled up. I didn't pull up the other one because there's just a couple things I wanted to point out, but this one I will. Page. Sorry everyone, I'm a little slow at this. There we go. And what is that? I blend in the picture, that's funny. We're just gonna, not that one. Gonna hide that because I don't know what that's for. Okay, so AMD stock surges as chipmaker latest to get OpenAI deal. So OpenAI is doing a lot of things, and one of the companies that they're uh, making waves with is AMD. This is one of the reasons why I've been so interested lately in getting a hold of this stock because of well, a couple of things. With an NVIDIA switching its main focus, it gives AMD the opportunity to step into the light. And with the partnership with OpenAI, I'm definitely expecting good things, and so far other investors are too. But this goes a little bit into that. Says OpenAI has committed to spending hundreds of billions of dollars to invest in its AI infrastructure. In recent weeks, it has signed deals with tech suppliers NVIDIA, Oracle, Samsung, and SK Hynix. I believe that is how you say that. And then it says 2 weeks ago, OpenAI signed an even larger deal with AMD rival NVIDIA. So they're kind of OpenAI. Okay, so OpenAI is a privately traded company, last I checked. Um, but they are making waves with a lot of publicly traded companies. Like I've listed off 4 or 5 just here in the last 5 minutes that they've been making partnerships with and signing deals with. AVGO is apparently, I think I remember hearing something about that in the Discord actually. Speaking of Discord, let's check and see if there's anything going on in there. Got some mornings, got some call-outs from earlier. Berkeley raises Advanced Micro Devices target price to 300 from 200. AMD. Iron announces that it has signed additional multi-year cloud service contracts with leading AI companies for NVIDIA Blackwell GPU deployments. That's from Lori. I need to post my hellos so I am not rude. This ad. Go away. That makes it worse. Oh well. We'll go back over to Weeble since I'm. Is there anything else I wanted to look at? Side note, contract electronics manufacturer SANM also jumped on the news. Its pending acquisition of AMD's ZT Systems, announced in May, makes it a preferred manufacturing partner for AMD's AI data center products. So that one also moved, and TSM, that one also moved. Sorry, I feel like I have to sneeze. Okay, so I think we're done looking there, so let's go back over here and is there anything else? No, I think that's the only thing I had up. Also a couple of stocks to be interested in. According to you know what, I'll hold off on that. I'm not familiar with this trader. I'll ask in the Discord if he's a good trader before I suggest those stocks to you. But you made a call out of 4 stocks, and if it turns out, yeah, I'll share if he's a trustworthy dude. Okie dokie. So going back to Weevil, checking out NAK. It's at 192, which makes me happy. Hit 197 right there. That also makes me happy. So we're hoping for 250 or more. That would make me even more happy. Now with this stock, I had 900 shares earlier this week, and as it's gone up a little bit, I've just sold off 100 of my shares at a time. and just banked a little bit of profit on that. So if I had held on to my 900 shares, then um, I would be up more profits, but I wanted to make sure that um, ah, sorry, I haven't had my coffee yet. I wanted to make sure that I secured some of my profits, so I went ahead and sold off a little bit of them. So now I'm down to 600 shares, and I'm pretty excited. It's pretty exciting. Okay, so moving on to the market. I had read earlier that S&P took a dip, but it looks like it's already made a recover. So S&P's up 0.36%, Dow Jones is up 0.14, NSDAQ is up 0.71, Shenzhen is up 0.35, and Shanghai is up 0.52. Did I say Dow Jones was up? It's down. It's down 0.14%. I might have said up. If I did, that was wrong. Okay, so looking at the industries, we mentioned TSM earlier, AMD. Mm, we should see a few of the other ones. Let's go to, okay, well, TSM is up 3% with a 1.57 trillion market cap. Sorry, I just saw a comment about NAK in the Discord. Alright, so we already read TSM. AMD is up 20. I want to look at AMD, but then I have to move NAK. It's fine. We'll look at it in just a second. 211. What was, so we're at 164? Is that right? No. Yes. There we are. Okay, so still up 23%. I don't know. We'll watch this one later. I don't want to get stuck watching AMD all day. LRCX, that one is up 2.29% with a 1.88 billion market cap. AMAT, that one is up 2.93% with a 178 billion market cap. ARM Holdings, that one's up 2% with a 165 billion market cap. CLAC, that one's up 3%. CLAC, 150 billion market cap. The MRVL is up 3% with a 76 billion market cap. Pull NAK up so we can keep an eye on it while we're reading these out. Apparently I don't have this set up like my other one. Okay. And now we were trying to find something. I did find something and then I moved. Well, RGTI is up 4%. That's one that I like. I did see a 7% out. WOLF, Wolf Speed Inc. is up 7.39%. I'm struggling. FORM is up 7% with a 3 billion market cap. What was Wolf's? Wolf's is 4 billion. PENG up 5% with a 1 billion market cap. Well, 1.5 billion. Uh, PLAB is up 2% with a 1.48 billion market cap. And CEVA is up 3% with a 692 million market cap. And keep in mind, I'm rounding down for these. NVTAS, not, sorry, NVTS, worded, Navitas Semiconductor. Anyway, that one, NVTS is up 3.96% with a 1.73 billion market cap. HIMX is up 6% with a 1.6 billion market cap. It's only up 2, only up 3. Okay, let's go back to industries. Automobiles. Well, Tesla's up 5% with a 1.5 trillion market cap. Toyota is up 2% with a 259 billion market cap. Okay, well, Ford is up 0.24%. CMI is up 1%. I really prefer something with a little more change in that. For scalping, you know. Oh wait, there was something with 5% change. Ah, eyes dry. SLDP is up 33%. SLDP. Let's look at that. That's not. Did I get that right? I think I typed the ticker wrong. Where did it go? Automotives. SLDP. SLDP. No, okay, this is right. Okay, so this one is up 33%. So we go to the 5 days. Low of $3. It's at 5. 1 month. 339. 3 months. 222. 6 months. 86 cents. 1 year. 5 years. Okay, well this is solid Power Inc. SLDP. It's up 5%. Started out the week last week at some point, trading about 338. We hit 630. Now we're at 575. This is an unfamiliar stock for me, so trade with caution. I'm going to move on. Okay, so that was, I think that was the one that had most of my interest, was that 33% LOT, Lotus Technology. That one's up 6% with a 1.53 billion market cap. But yeah, other than that, I didn't really see anything except for maybe buying at a lower price. 83% down 35%, down 15. Well, VFS is down 0.30% and ATMU is down 0.83%. If you're familiar with either of those, as well as BWA. Sorry, they might be good for scalping. I am not, so I'm not going to advise. Okay, so communications, CSCO, we've seen that one for a little. Well, actually, was it on our top 10 trending list? I've seen calls out for it in the Discord. Next NAK resistance to break is 181 for the day closing. Hot. Okay, so back to this. MSI, MSI. Where is MSI? There it is. MSI is at 0.93% with a 76 billion market cap. Then we have ANET up 2.75%, almost 3, with a 187 billion market cap. NOK, Nokia up 1.2% with a 26 billion market cap. CRNT up 5% with a 223 million market cap. Sorry. That one is too tight. I can't see the smaller squares. CKSP, not C, KSCP, sorry. Having a moment. Nightscope, KSCP. That one is up at 18% with a 75 million market cap. CMTL, that one is up 11% with an 85 million market cap. OCC, optical optical cable, is up 9.52% with an 83 million market cap. SYNX is up 9% with an 11 million market cap. And let me see if there's anything else impressive there. No. Okay. I'm gonna go grab some coffee real quick. It is 8:30 and then we're gonna go over our highs and lows. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up this screen so we can watch NAK a little better, see what it's doing, because this is this is what I'm paying attention to today, guys. All right. So I will be right back in just a second. Okay, I have my coffee. I'm back. Hey, hey, Live Trader. What's up? NAK, little gem in the rough. Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited about it. Sorry, I'm gonna sip my coffee real quick. I am so thirsty. We'll go back over to the market real quick and we'll go over our top tens. Just a second. Okay, so we're gonna go to dailies first. I like doing dailies first. I don't know why. Okay, so SPRB is up one 1,378% with a 73 million market cap. Switch over to the day real quick so you can see it on the day. Is that fine? Okay. SOPA is up 275% with a 32 million market cap. ONMD is up 148% with a 118 million market cap. I'm pretty sure that Spruce and OneMed are med stocks. Just so you're look it up. I'm not going to right now. I want to go through this. Okay, so ARBK, Argo blockchain, is up 95% with a 558 million market cap. Sorry, having a moment. DVLT is up 55% with a 388 million market cap. CRML is up 45% with a 122 billion market cap. And this is, of course, what these stocks look like on the one day. I'll switch when we go to the 5 days. LPTX is up 43% with a 31 million market cap. IONR is up 37% with a 435 million market cap. ORBS is up 34% with a 2 billion market cap. And SLDP is up 33% with a 1 billion market cap. Okay, so we're going to go to the 5 days now. SPBR also up on the 5 days at 1,244% change with a 73 million market cap. SOPA is up 356% with a 32 million market cap. ARBK up 197% with a 58 million market cap. ONMed, that one is also up on the one day at 141% change with an 18 million market cap. FEMY, this one, is up 138% with a 36 million market cap. BTTC, Black Titan, is up 138%. This one is coming off of a spike or a high of 39. So I'm not sure if that's a good time to scalp this one or not. Let's go look at it. Because I'm not sure what this news was about. And we can go and look and see what this news is about. But I want to look at it a little closer. So that's quite a change. But how often does it do that? See, I'm seeing a lot of $3 lows. Okay, so this one has been trading at about $3 for a while, but okay, max. There we go. So it started out hitting 23,000 at some point in its first year. Low of 7,000. Low of 7,000. It's a high right there. BTTC. Let's look into this. That is interesting. What time is it? Okay, we've got time. I had a feeling it was gonna be. Okay, so BTTC is. Well, let me pull up the page so you guys can see. That's just the AI's summary. So Black Titan is a blockchain company, and it says they've got an announcement to explore cryptocurrency investments. Let me pull this up. This is on investing.com that I'm about to show you guys. So there we go. You can see it. You can't see me. It's fine. You'll see me in a minute. Anyway, so it says Black Titan announces plans to explore cryptocurrency investments. Stop it. Ah, whatever. It's gonna make me sign in. I don't want to do that. Anyway, okay. So you guys get the gist of it. I can try to find it on another page. Go back to Weeble so you guys don't have to look at me scrolling through. And also I can watch my stocks on stream. Let's pull up NAK. Because we're looking at BTTC, which will still be selected. Morning Trader Z. It says morning traders. Okay, so we're just keeping this on our radar. Wanted to look at BTTC a little bit more about the news. Because that seemed, was that 16 hours ago? Yeah, 16 hours ago was that article was published. So that seems to be new information. Well, wait. Okay, so I just kind of skimmed this article. It is saying that Black Titan announced a focus on cryptocurrency, so they're trying to try to get into the sector. But this article is saying to proceed with caution because this has been known to underperform. That's what I'm getting out of this. But I would assume that there'll be some movement or has been some movement. This was Monday that this happened, October 6th. Black Titan announced its intention to explore long-term strategic initiatives in the cryptocurrency sector. Yep. So this one's going to be moving. It has moved. It was probably going to continue to move. Just proceed with caution because you could be stuck holding bags at the end if this company doesn't have solid financials. Says that their average trading volume is 248,328 and their current market cap is 13 million. So anyway, so we're moving back to Weeble. You guys watching the heat map for me? What did AK do? QS AMD. Okay, we'll just go to the bidding. Got QS, AMD, AI, BBAI, and SNDL. See, AMD, BBAI. Let's type it. Did some trading in BBAI yesterday. BBAI is at $7. Where, where is my $4 buys for BBAI? Where did they go, Trader Z? They're not here anymore. It's $7. Laura would like to remind us, just a reminder, use those stop losses. If too many traders get on the same side of the boat, over we go. And a couple of callouts, BTC, ATH, GOLD, ATH. Names galore, ATH. We just have to put our bear glasses on and not get complacent. Okay, so, oh hey, Oklo. Oklo's up 2%, trading at 138.56. It's probably not right. It's not. 142.48 is what Oklo is trading at. There's BBAI again. AMD, let's go. Let's pull up AMD. Oh, look at you doing neat things. Vix, you were saying before about the the AI sector. What were you saying? What about it? You said you weren't sure how relevant it was. Um, yeah, that. 299 is the top the IRC channel on NAK. 220. Did I say 299 or 229? NAK approaching middle of IRC channel. I mean, if all I do is make money off of NAK today, I'm not going to be disappointed. It had buy interest immediately this morning. I saw where they posted, where they announced the road. Although he'd made it sound like they'd already finished it. Did they finish that road yet? LRC, not I. Oh, oops, sorry. Uh, yeah, all these companies are just investing in AI to throw at their current technologies without tr actually trying to adapt it in a useful way. Washing machine dryers, washing machines, dryers, dishwashers, fridges, etc., all with screens and ads. Yeah, they are kind of just treating it as an additional feature. Some for nefarious reasons. Um, but that's, yeah, what I wanted to say, what I wanted you to post a little bit about and bring up. But I mean, you asked if it was relevant, and it is, um, because any information about the flux, about how the market could move is relevant, really, especially if it's companies that we're in the sector that we're investing in, even if it's not the company that we're investing in. If one company makes a big move and I'm not investing in that company, then the people could, pull money out of the company I'm investing in and put it in that one. So yeah, it's just the movement of the market's always relevant, especially if it's in a sector that you put your money in. Uh, my question is, how are we going to make loot off of the dealio? Yeah, scalping, maybe a few longs, but as with everything, there comes a day when you need to take your money out of that company and put it in another one. Stay mobile, don't expect to put it in. Uh, don't expect to put money in and have it just gain and gain. Well, I mean, you could you could get away with some longs, but all of the companies are moving, so the stocks, I mean, they go up and down. I guess it's just like NAK, for example, I'm up more than what I was before when I originally bought this. I have more shares. I've made more money off of this, but it did dip on me quite a bit on my way to trade now. Sorry, I'm just looking at the Discord. There's a lot of excitement about NAK right now and some other companies. Oh, we hit $2. We hit $2. Hence saying buy the dip. Yeah. And I did. I bought the dip and it dipped more and then I bought it again. And I flipped it a couple times and then I just decided I was gonna um hold on to it. I guess it would be considered a hold and hope, but I had faith in the company. It wasn't like a, oh well this might happen. I knew that this would happen because this company does a few things. And I also had the faith in the fellow traders in the group that also had money in this company and they weren't sweating it either. So that was nice too. All right, so we're at $1.98. As in ads on screen, as in the ads on screens Vix referred to. Yeah, that was something he had mentioned. And it's kind of invasive, honestly. I don't like it. I think it's stupid. Why would I want an ad for anything on my refrigerator? Like there's a lot of things that I've seen and I've heard that they're doing that's kind of creepy, honestly. It's like, have you guys seen this? I'm sure we've all seen those movies. Like Smart House, for example. That's a PG movie about a home that takes over their lives. Okay, so and watch what they're doing with the AI in the company. Avoid companies with AI like Vizio or Samsung. Watch for margins, which they operate once they start operating at a loss. Yeah, so apparently Vizio operates at a loss. Um, somehow. Um, but I would like to pull an article up about that before I really go into that. Hence saying buy the dip. Okay, so with Vix was saying something's up because they are making money off of you somewhere else or elsewhere, yeah. Looking forward to an ad riddle future. I don't want an ad riddle future, says Vix, and Trader Z says looking forward to that like a root canal. Absolutely. Some do serve as a tax advantage. Corporate trickery is a massive. Yep, there are loopholes in everything. You just need to know your way around them. I swear my chart resets sometimes. I don't know how many times I've taken that overlap volume thing off. Is it on one of these? No? Yes? Whatever. fine. It's not a problem right now. It was, however, annoying me right here because it couldn't see my lines. I don't like that. We must resist. I didn't see that. Yeah, no, absolutely. There's no reason for there to be ads and dumb things like refrigerators and washing machines. Like, I'm not standing there looking at my TV, watching it, or not looking at my TV, looking at my fridge, watching it. I'm getting food out of it. I'm stuffing my face, and then I'm moving on about my business. In some cases, taking the food with me. I'm not standing there in front of my washing machine watching it wash either. I'm putting the clothes in, and I'm walking away. And if it starts talking to me, I'm finding a way to shut it up. 198. DG will pay dividends of 0.59 cents per share. Ex-div date 10/7, pay date 10/21. So DG is one that should be moving today because it's, well, what was the ex-div date? Today is the 7th. Ex-dividend date 10/7. Okay. So yeah, DG is one that'll probably be moving today. I'm gonna still probably watch NIK. Unless I see something on my list that's particularly interesting. AMD's at 203. I wonder if this will dip more. So I can only buy a few shares of this because of the price that it's at. So with this kind of a trade, if you don't have a lot of money in your account, which I have about 700 bucks, $766 liquid in this one right here. Um, so you kind of just weigh whether or not the profit you're making off of this is worth it, since you can't buy as many shares. What I tend to do is I try to buy something, try to find something I can buy at least 100 in. So like, and I try to, since this is a cash account, I can trade as many times a day as I have money to trade with. So I will cut this $700 in three, about, and I'll find a trade that I can get into, and then I'll try to find two more like that, about that price. Now, sometimes if I'm not totally sold on how much I want to invest in a stock for a scalp, like this one, VFF, there's been movement in the candle market, but I'm not positive. I haven't been watching it today, but if I wanted to get into a trade real quick for this one, I'm not sure about it. I'll throw 10 bucks. This is $3, so maybe I want to throw 60 bucks at it. So I'll invest 20 shares. And since that's only $60, that's not quite a third of what I wanted to trade for the day, so then I can put that in the next trade, so on and so forth. This was just an example, though. I'm not positive if I want to mess with VFF today. So yeah, what I am interested in these types of trades, but I will be much more interested in them when I can buy at least 10 of them. Now soon we'll be able to do that, and it'll be much more exciting. But right now we have a lot of our assets or our money tied up in shares, so we're waiting for that to move. But if you can buy a few shares of this, I'd say now in these next coming weeks until it dips because there's news and it's doing things with OpenAI. OpenAI is doing a lot of business with a lot of different companies, actually. So let's take a peek back at NAK real quick. Need to keep an eye on this one. I have it on this chart down here, but I like to pull it up. But yeah, I guess NAK and AMD have been the ones that I've been watching lately. There's been news on both of them. ORBS is up 14%. BTQ up 22%. It's 904. Scanning. I got to our 5 days. So RVPH, that was up 117% with a 64 million market cap. DFLI, that one is up 116% with an 87 million market cap. BENF is up 115% with a 7 million market cap. LPTX, that one is up 112% with 31 million market cap. A few of these are med stocks. If you're new to trading, be careful with the med stocks. They move quick, sometimes quicker than you. So be careful. If I've ever lost money, it's been in a med stock. Okay, anyway, so for our monthly gainers, we got Wolf. That one was up on the 5 day and the 1 day, I believe. Up 2,000% on the month with a 4 billion market cap. SPRB, Spruce Bioscience. That one was also on the 5 days, I believe. Um, it was up on the list earlier. It's not positive if it was 1 day or 5 day. If you guys are concerned, AMD is at 216, 230, 230, ugh. AMD is at 213.67 right now. Oh yeah, I'll pull up AMD right there real quick. Um, okay, so I just wanted to pull up AMD to see what Trader Z was talking about. Okay, so open the fridge and some goof is peddling junk food, but wait, uh, it will know it's one of your kids or an adult and put the food where they like, and put the food they like, yeah. And he said 75% of med stocks are real spicy to trade and very the 75% of med stocks are real spicy to trade. Be very cautious unless you like to be a big back holder. Yep, that's where I got burnt. I did not do my due diligence to look into the company. At the time, I didn't do this 1 month, 3 months, 6 month, 1 year max thing where I look at the lows for the year for companies. It's actually med stocks. That is the reason why I do that. Because I did not realize that this particular stock, oh, what was it? I don't know. I think I got so mad about it, I just completely deleted it off of my list and never wanted to look at it again. I have it in my trading logs though. But anyway, so this particular med stock sits at under $1 most of the year, and occasionally they get news and then they get a big boom. I didn't realize that because for that week or so, it had been trending and it was trending up. And I didn't take any time to look any further back into it than that. And that was a mistake. So that is why I do this 1 month, 3 months, 6 month, 1 year max thing. So I can see what the max or what the lowest price that this stock is going to be And that is what I'm gonna eat if I get stuck holding it. It's I don't know if everybody does it that way, but it is just a little protection I've set up for myself so that I can accept this is your loss here. And that's if the company doesn't completely bankrupt. If it completely bankrupts, then I am still, though I have done all of my due diligence, I am still out. Just something to think about. Um, okay, so DVLT, that one is up 541% with a 388 million market cap. We're going to go through these pretty quickly because it's already 9:09 and I want to get back to the other stocks. Just looking for something interesting. And, these are, let's go to 1 month so you guys can see. And these are still trending up. Can't see this one. So money could still be made. Jeez, is that the 1 day? Wow. SPRB. I should have looked at that closer. SPRB. Um, is this just 1 day? 1 day? Yeah, this is just 1 day. Wow. I don't know if I want to touch that, but I'm posting that in the Discord because it's 1 day, right? Yeah, 1 day it was at 30. And if we go a little bit further, yesterday it was at 7, then it hit 30, then it hit 160, then it hit 220, then it hit 383, and now it's trading back. It's been dipping, but it's trading back at 229. What is going on with that? It's Spruce Biosciences. That's interesting. So it's 9/11. Let's go back over to NAK because I want to make sure. Oh, hey, 204 guys. NAK 204. You need to put a bag holder meme on stream. I do. Yeah, suggestions for emotes and stuff like that. Um, I'm definitely interested in. Okay, so we're at 2:01. It's 9:12. I'm gonna be right back, guys. I'm gonna refill my coffee so I'm not up at 9:30. Let me switch the thingy over, and I'll be right back. Okie dokie. So it says the biggest issue, Vic says the biggest issue of lazy AI implement, the biggest issue is lazy AI implementation. It's almost all being done by execs that have literally no understanding of the tech. It's just a buzzword to them. Be careful of those companies because when the company fails, the higher ups still make out fine. Fair. Aw. Hang on a second. My kitty wants out. Okie dokie. I'll switch back over to the other screen when this starts moving. I need to pop back over to the Discord. SRBS, what's going on? Okay, that's what I posted. And Lori says breakthrough therapy to treat Sanfilippo syndrome type B. I believe that is how you say that. With diffuse caution. And then Bew says med scam stocks. That's Bew's best advice. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I didn't want to touch it because it was doing that. Um, but that's the stock market, you know. If you do buy in and it just goes up and up and up, well, there you go. You've made a bunch of money. But that one's gonna tank at some point, and I'm not sure who's gonna be holding the bag on it. That's why I don't like med stocks because they fluctuate based on news and like they'll say, well, we're starting this new therapy and then or this new technology, this new way to treat a disease or an illness, and then it won't go anywhere. And it's the stock has gone up based on interest, not based on results. There are a couple of med stock companies that I think that I will fiddle with eventually, just because their low is like $3 or $4 as opposed to 60 cents, which seems a little more stable to me. When they trend again, I'll bring them back up. But yeah, for the most part, I try to avoid med stocks, especially one based on hot news. You can scalp it quick, but it can also go really, really wrong. Especially if you're, I would say if I were going to, I'd probably try to scalp it right after. Nope, I'm not going to advise that. It's a bad idea if you if you're new to trading, it's a bad idea to fiddle with med stocks. You can get lucky, but you probably won't. Because how it usually goes is by the time you see it, it's dipping. Okay, so NAK is currently at 202. Looking at ORBS, it's been up there for a minute. BTQ and AMD. Med stocks are very, very risky. Traders need to know all good companies' news is not actually good news, just fluff. We call it corporate fluff, and aka the fake company news. Yeah, they just want, it's just advertising. They just want to sell stocks. And there's a level of wording that is not true, but also not technically false advertisement or a lie. You know, they can start something and have no intention of ever finishing it, but because they've started this project, now they can only release news that says they've started this innovative therapy. But who knows if they're going to finish and succeed with this new therapy, or whether or not the cons of this new technology outweigh the pros. Perhaps it does cure the thing that you're trying to fix, but then it creates a whole new issue. I don't know. Avoid med stocks if you need a trading. I do. 205. Come on, to the moon. I mean, I'm happy right now. I want it to go up, of course, but I want it to hit 250. So I have a couple of options here. I could buy in more stocks and secure more profits as this goes up, but there's a reason why I'm not doing that. So I already have my shares purchased at $121, not 100, $1.21 per share. And it's currently trading at 203 right now. So if I were to purchase more shares, which I'm not going to get them this 5 minutes for less than probably $2. So that would take my total purchase price of shares up, and I don't want to do that. So if you're wondering why I'm not buying more of this trending stock, that is why, because I already got them pretty cheap and I like this price. It would change the average price of my stock. I guess I should word it that way. It's 9:21 or 9:29. See what happens over the next minute. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead watching BNM BMNR FIG IONQ IREN NAK PYPL QBTS QUBT RGTI and SPRB. So watching those that was posted at 9:19 by Denise. Okay, so we're gonna switch over. It's 9:30 now. Everything's moving. Switching my screen over. EQX 52-week high. I just quickly checked the market, not the market, the stock news on Nikkei. Couldn't find anything negative, so it's probably just people getting nervous. If I didn't have so many shares already, I probably would buy in at this 183 because the news for NAK is still good. It's still on track. And considering it's been above 183, I mean, I suppose it could dip down a little bit more, but I don't expect it to dip down much further than this. But watch. Let's see, find something else that we want to. I guess I could scalp it. Rat, I don't know if you saw Vix's comment or not. RKLB, 52-week high. What's QBTS doing? I like this one better at 20. Yeah, hasn't been 20 in over a month though. Almost a month. AK and 52-week low. Nice view. View posted a screenshot on AMD. Nice screen trade. Are you aware that that is a car? But yeah, so he made out View made out green on AMD. Very nice screen. One day, I hope to do the same. Okay, is at 184. I actually haven't seen what RGTI is doing. So, when I look at this trade, one thing that I'm looking at is how much is this stock? So, over here, stocks trade in the 40s. So, to buy 10 of them would be about 400 bucks. Or you can just do the math in your head. But it also just shows you right here when you click it if you have it set up the way I do. But anyway, so then I think about it also tells you your buying power for the day. It does not tell you minus trades that you've already done. Keep that in mind on Webull. But yeah, so I just think about whether or not spending $400 for 10 units to make $2 potential profit is worth it to me for the day. And I think if I'm gonna go with a bigger stock, it's not a big stock, obviously, but a more than a $1 to $5 stock, I'd probably pick a $20 one so I could buy twice that. But that's just my personal trading method. If you buy one stock of the right stock and it goes up $1,000, you've made $1,000. TLRY is up 6% now. Mm, so look like on the 5 minutes. Still blue on the 5 minutes. 2 minutes. Red 2 minute candle. in an E. BFF 52-week high. U 52-week high. And I'm looking at LAC. I might, I mean, I've seen this one move a few times past several days. AMD dip buy. So that was about a minute ago for the AMD dip. One, two, three, four. I think this one's, well, 52-week high. Ooh, RR. What are you doing? There you are. Both of the ones I'm looking at have been going up, and I just feel like as soon as I get into a trade on them, they're gonna dip. Look at those. There's 4 blue candles in a row in 5 minutes. For RR and LAC, same thing. 4 blue candles in the 5 minute. It's gonna dip. There's no way it's gonna get a 5th blue candle. It's trying to break 938. LAC is. But look, it's just been trending straight. That's not. I don't see how that's gonna. Like, I'm not saying it won't break 938, but I'm just like, when do they ever just 5 blue candles in a row? I don't know. What kind of financials does lithium have? This is one that other traders in the Discord know a little bit more about than I do. I just have trusted their research in it, but I should look into it myself. Okay, so the government restructured terms uh, between lithium and GM, LAC and GM, and it says that these new terms provide the U.S. government with 5% equity ownership of LAC warrants, as well as an additional 5% ownership in the form of warrants in LAC/GM joint venture. The revised agreement includes robust loan amendments as well as more than 100 million in new equity. This is just news, though. I wonder if this one's good for a long. I'm going to post in the group. Still great volume on AMD 4 minutes ago. Still relevant. I'm asking the group if they think LAC is good for a long. Maybe I'll have to go back and read up and see if anybody's posted about it. I know that there's been talk. Whoops. What happened? SoFi. Where did LAC go? Oh, it's trended down off my top, so that's okay. We'll check it back out later. Let's pull up the AMD real quick because he was talking about the volume at 1054. So, or 954, 956. So yeah, it's still got some pretty decent volume right now. But yeah, AMD, good volume. And SoFi, saying it had 27.92 to 28.45. I think if I trade SoFi, I'm gonna wait a minute. Volumes dip down right now because they know. NAK up at 187. Scroll down here and readjust this. Okay, it's just not gonna show me that. It's fine. So looks like Ford is taking a little dip right now. It says Ford shares fall. Lori, Lori posted, Ford shares fall 4.4% after WSJ reports fire at CO supplier set to disrupt business for months. Ooh. So Ford one to keep a watch on. Do I actually already have this on my watch list? Nope, I don't. Oh, hi, Quantum. What are you doing? I don't remember if this is the company, but one of the quantum companies was accused of misrepresenting, um, wasn't financials, it was technical capability. It was a quantum computing company. Oh, hey, we're hitting 14 bucks on this one. That's what I thought this one was about to take off. I haven't been watching it. I want to get into a trade though. I don't want to just throw money at the stock market and hope it sticks though. Three blues. What did LAC do after I shouted at it and said it wasn't gonna go blue again? What did it do? 5 minutes. Okay, yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the red candle. I knew it. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I'm not usually lucky enough to find a stock that's gonna hit 5 blue candles on the 5 minutes anyway. You can get it on the 1 minute, or the 2 minutes, but yep. So now I decide whether I would like to put some money into this or not. Well, it's blue trending, 2 minute, 1 minute. You know what? We've been watching this for a few minutes. Let's just have some faith. It's not faith. I am still trying to make smart decisions. It looks like it's dipped. Should we wait for another blue candle? There's 2 blues and then a red. Okay, so 907. That's probably what I'll end up paying for it if it starts to take off. So we'll go ahead and get this trade set at 907. How many do I want to put? That's 90. Let me see GTC. That way I don't get stuck in kick my stop loss. Should I be stuck in a day trade? So we'll put a buy in at 907. So I've got my stop loss and my take profit set already. Stretch the bars out so I can keep an eye on where it's at. 1, 2, 3. That's 2 minutes for a 5 minute one. So 905. It's probably gonna still hit 905. Hmm. And it's at today. It's lacking. Okay, well, it's gonna buy me in somewhere. Watch, it won't let me. Yep. So it's just trying to decide where it wants to put my purchase price in. We'll see if it gets me. Okay, so I got a 907. Yesterday, the same thing happened to me. It took about 4 minutes for me to get into the trade, and at that time, it did not behoove me. So we're all the way down there on our stop loss. Where do I want to adjust it to? I think that is plenty loss of profits right there. And I will adjust it tighter as I decide what this stock is doing now. So I have volume. Something to remember to do, which I did not actually, is check the buy interest and the sell interest. I see 4,000, 6,000, 6,000, 6,000, another 6,000. I have my stop loss set a little looser right here. Um, I have 20 shares at $9, so that was $181 to get into the trade. 907, if we're being exact. So right now it is dipped from that position. I'm negative $3.60, which I'm still positive from this trade over here, so I'm not sweating this $4. But it's not something that I want to continually do is lose $4 every time I trade, you know. I will lose all my profits that way slowly but surely. But this one, I have my stop loss set a little lower so I can kind of stay in this trade a little bit longer and see what it does. I've seen where this one can bump up a couple times in the day, so just watching this one very closely and just making sure that I keep my stop loss at a reasonable place. Always let the trade come to you. SoFi, SNDL, TLRY, and CGC. Okay, we're going blue on the first 2-minute candle. I do think that I should have adjusted this to 904 because I was thinking about it and it was getting close, but I don't think it would have let me adjust it actually now that I think about it because it did say that order couldn't be modified like right after I placed it. So I was kind of stuck there with the order that I'd at the price that I put in originally, which is also something to think about. Hello, hello, testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Okay, so my audio is working fine. Apologies for that. I was just trying to figure out why it wasn't working, but it is. So, I don't know. No, I had the mic muted right now. I was talking earlier about the stocks and Vic said it wasn't coming through. I'm just kind of watching LAC to see what it's doing. So if it keeps dipping, I won't be watching for too much longer. I'm gonna get stop lossed out. But if it keeps dipping, I'll probably pull my stop loss up. I'm I'm expecting it to come back up to around here though, and then move on upward. TMC 52-week high, up 11%. I also want to add an emote that says scalp opportunity. I think that would be funny. What do you guys think? Come on, green candle. I wouldn't say this is dropping straight down. It's kind of gradually. Like you take a dip and then over, and then a dip and then over. All right, we've got our second blue candle in the 5 minutes. Not an official 5-minute blue candle, but it is blue right now, and that makes me happy. All right, so we got our second blue candle in the 5 minutes. What's our 2 minutes look like? So now we're going to tighten up our stop loss here. Hmm. What you doing? It's already 10:30. I've been in this trade for a minute now. Prefer not to be still in trades at 10:30 unless the stock is just taken off. So I've been in this trade for longer than I would prefer to be. I have a feeling I will get stop lossed out very soon if I do not move down. Now, do I want to get stop lossed out, or do I want to give this stock a little bit more time to come up? AMD dip. We're on LAC. We'll pop over to AMD. Nice. Trade at 214. So if I were going to hop into this trade, I'd probably wait a second to see what it does since it's at the bottom of this candle. Actually, no, I have to check the 2 minutes because it might dip a little bit lower, but it might not. I'm saying 214.75 and 215.62. Okay, so now it's blue. I'd probably go in, personally. The 5 minutes still red, so 2 minutes blue, 1 minute. But that could bite me because it could go down. All right, see it. Okay, so yeah, AMD's moving. One to keep an eye on and maybe snag up if you get it at the right time. So far, if I went in when I said I would go in, I'd be good so far. But I would really like to see it come back up here for that particular trade. So let's go back to LAC because that's what we actually are trading in right now. I know we didn't get stop lossed out yet. That would have told us. It's currently trading at 882 right now. So we're down $5. We have 20 positions at 907. Our stop loss is set at 867. So hopefully it doesn't drop like 30 cents. It'd be less than 30 cents actually, but 23 cents. So this one I would have been better off waiting a few minutes to buy in because it did dip down here and then I wouldn't be $5 in the negative if I'd bought in about right here. I'm about to get stop lossed out. It's very close. But if I get stop lossed out, that means it's probably going to dip down here, and I really don't want to lose that much on it anyway. So this one looks like it's slowly trending downward. It'll probably end up about right here. And then after it hits this point, it'll probably come back up. But to get to that point, I have to lose like probably like 12 bucks on it and wait for it to come back up. LA3C currently is only up 3%. So NAK still up 20%. It's a bid for 12,000 at 660, which is 7 cents below what I have my stop loss at. There's another 12,000 for 845. I'm about to get stop lossed out if it keeps hitting 867. Okay, so it should kick me now. Because I'll try to adjust it and it'll say order cannot be modified. Yep, because it kicked me. But it didn't pop up my notifications. That's weird. Hmm. That's not popping up there. That's weird. It's very weird. Give me just a second, guys. I'm gonna put you on a different screen real quick while I can so I can check see whether it registered that as a transaction. I'll just put you on this one screen for just a second. Bear with me. What? Okay. So it did register that as a transaction. Okay, how weird. It's not putting it anywhere on my stuff. That's all right. I'll deal with it outside of stream. Okay, so how did that AMD dip go? Okay, yeah. I think we were looking at, was it here we were looking at the dip? There would have been a few times to flip this stock today. So looking at SoFi, that one's up 6%. You could have got it for 27.05. Jumped to 27.66, then to 28.84. That's the high for the day so far. And then it's currently trading at 28.06. Let's check out CGC and see how it's doing. One, two. Okay. Yeah, we had a call out for this earlier. You can see where it went up. 151. Could have made 20 cents per share off of this if you'd bought it one about here. Not 20, sorry. 10. Round about 10 to 12 cents per share off of this. If you'd bought it at between 138 to 140, and then you could have flipped it for 151. And even if you didn't, you know, as long as you got it down here, you could flip it for 147, right? Or 145 right now. Maybe 146. SNDL was one from earlier. It's had a nice little jump. It's currently trading at 267, looks like, yeah. Right, the NAK, I want to see what it's doing. Alright, so it hit 177. Just looking in to see if there's any more news today about NAK. Anything that would explain why it's trending down right now. Okay, this website's about to make me mad. Well, that's inaccurate.investing.com. Even 3 hours ago, that statement was inaccurate. Hmm. I don't know. I'm not gonna read that because that one line right there is inaccurate. Now I don't trust anything it says. I'm sorry. Okay, so looking at NAK right now, it's trading at 175. I didn't see anything that wasn't from that particular website, so I don't know. It is going to the bottom of my trend channel though. Don't imagine it would stay there. Not with all this, not with all of the news that I've heard about it. It does dip though. I'll switch over so you guys can see the buy interest. There we go. Okay, so we get about 6,000 at 176, 6,000 at 175, 7,000 at 172, and 8,000 at 167. And on the sell, we got 4 at 179, well 5 now. We'll just go to 180 because that's not moving so quickly. We got now 8,000 at 179, 8,000 at 180 on the sell, and 8,000 at 182. Alrighty guys, well it is 11 right now and go back to the screen. It is 11 right now and I think we're going to go ahead and hop off. We'll keep an eye on NAK off stream and update you guys on what it does in the morning when we hop back on. But anyway, thank you guys for trading with me. Um, Went over a few things, saw some movement in the market, learned some things, and hopefully it was interesting. Anyway, I will catch you guys later.